Does this thing work? Does this thing work? Oh my god, it does. So stupid.
All right.
Hello.
Where to?
Let's go.
How do I pull the chat up? Text to speech? Bro, what? I'm going to enable text to speech. How do I do that? Access settings. Captures and broadcast. Chat to speech. Oh, 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 oh. Is chat here?
Hey, listen.
Who? Why would you say that?
Hey, listen.
All right, let's go.
Why would you say poo? It's not very kind of you.
Okay. What's the plan?
Poop. No.
Now then.
Oh, I don't like that.
We'll face danger here.
There's mud. Ooh, good one. We could wreck. We have a pending request there.
Let's be off.
It's your.
You smell like fart.
What?
Great.
No. Mm-mm. I don't smell like fart.
What to pick?
Stop. There's a lot of nothing to do in here. Let's go to the deck.
Let's go.
Tell me what's going on.
Tell me what's going on. Okay. Right now.
Talk to me.
Hello. Right now, we are on the Gauntlet Runner. We're going to a dungeon. We're just doing side quests, waiting for the relic of the thing we need to give to Luis, because we found the relic, but we're making him a copy. Because we don't want to give him it, because the relic is what will allow us to kill him, basically. And also, it's our friend who owns the relic, and we don't want to, like, relinquish it. There's not much to do. At least before, when we were on the sea, I could, like, go fishing. But now I'm kind of, like, searching for things to do. Because I almost have everything maxed out. But I'm trying to raise my imagination and my tolerance. But none of the books I have right now let me do that. It's just wisdom. But I guess I'll just do the one that I already did, Pride and Persuasion. Oh, I actually did the wrong one.
Now then.
Whatever.
Imagination.
At least my imagination is level 4.
Why, that's...
Coming into view is the village of Ligno, a frequent stop for capital-bound peddlers and merchants, experienced traders who have withstood the trials of all the world's cultures and customs, gather here with rare goods found nowhere else. Though the village has waned in light of the influx of monsters, it remains an important hub of commerce. Here in this corner of the world, the Gauntlet Runner arrives.
Giving it some thought?
We can make a detour. Oh my, pretty.
Marriage.
Marriage? Okay.
Let's go.
Ooh, mellow milk. Oh, I don't want to buy that much. I'll buy like 15. Or like 20. There we go. Oh my goodness. This stuff is so expensive. Gold armor. Jesus Christ. This stuff is so expensive. I'll come here some other time. Goodness gracious.
Now then.
I mean, I could buy one thing, but then I'd have no more money.
Hey,
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at an encampment, and sensing no imminent threats, they breathe a collective sigh of relief. Yet the day draws to an end, and all are left to wonder how to spend the evening hours.
All right then.
oh, speaking. Far away. Hey, hey.
Now then.
Eloquence. Why, that's... You got it? Hitting us while we're asleep is dirty fighting!
Early bird gets the glory, what? Let's have a spot of inventive ingenuity.
They won't hold back!
I'll show you! Maybe something else. This is just what I need! Masked dancer! Watch me! Let's your turn! This is... Here I go! This is for victory! I'll lend a hand myself!
Oh, there we go. They're all dead.
More of
How
them?
many are there? Come on, everyone! We can't
Come
relax
forth,
yet.
Royal Soul!
Let's do this together! Let's go! Great job, Juna! Summoner! Perhaps to be I ask your aid!
He's dead. I killed him. Oh, blood.
Even easier than expected.
Please.
Appreciated. See you.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
The age of a new king draws near.
What to pick? All right.
The Gauntlet Runner finds itself at the Scoundrel's Hold, a cave system beneath the... There were once treasures hoarded in the sprawling paths, but with the arrival of the monsters, only a vast labyrinth remains. The party wanders into the caves, now merely the wreckage of the bandits' dreams.
Is this the place?
Oh my. All good. Gosh! Okay then. Let's go. Wait.
We end this quickly.
Surveys a day can earn up to $40 per month with Survey Junkie.
One of them. That's hilarious. That's a long Tom Cruise guy. But as I've gotten older, I've kind of looked at Tom Cruise and thought, you know what? That's actually a pretty genuine and honest reaction, and I can actually empathise with his reaction, especially because of this like absolute epidemic we have at the minute of short-form creators trying to be self-proclaimed pranksters. Oh, by the way, I mentioned Vitali earlier. If you want a little quick update on him, I could make a whole video yapping about it and explaining in 20 minutes the definition of what a prank is, but I'm in a good mood today. So apparently he's walking sooner than people expected because a lot of the witnesses aren't pressing charges because they're not showing up to court. I'm not sure if Vitali had them whacked. He's got some Russian connections, but you know, it's up in the air at the minute. Now Heston James rose to popularity with these like hidden streaming pranks, and I'll be honest with you, I am sat here recording videos talking about internet drama for a living, and then I might upload something on the main channel soon. I don't know, but labourers do not need to have their lives made any more of a hell than it already is. Look, we all work for a big corporation, right? Like, we're all wage slaves at the end of the day. Even me, in my amazing apartment in Australia, you know, like some people would say, I've made it, but I'm still, you know, give the to Google and to YouTube. We all have our overlords, but I feel going around and pranking people that are like basically on minimum wage, this guy not going to. Like working in retail, for example, there have been games made, there have been horror games made about how terrible it is to work in retail. Like for example, Night of the Consumers, where your objective is to stack shelves and actively avoid people because they'll come up to you and be like,
what's with the protein yogurt so I can buy it all until the TikTok about it?
you know, they should have a Night of the Consumer DLC where like a prankster just comes up to you and he just like, got your nose, and it just goes on for like 20 minutes until your boss comes over, blames you, and then fires you. So Heston's pranks, I will admit, they were kind of funny because most pranks you see are usually, you know, going up to someone, pretending to sneeze on them, but you spray them with a water bottle. It's like, oh, that's hilarious. But what Heston did didn't actually directly involve a singular person. It was everyone. So what he would do is go into a store, go to like an aisle that was like basically completely dead, and he would just scream really loudly, "Yeah!" And then obviously when he screamed, all the employees would run over thinking someone's been shot because it's America, and he would just act really surprised and confused and be like, no, I heard someone screaming as well. Like, who was that? Oh, no, I'll help you find them.
Yeah, that's what we're looking too. I just heard that. It's really loud.
Now that is like kind of a misdirection prank. It's a little bit funny. Obviously inconveniencing, you know, retail workers always sucks. They've got enough on their plate. It's a little bit funny. Like one viral example I can think of, I'm not sure if Heston was the person to actually make it, but it was like this TikTok voice be like, screaming in public restroom prank. And then you just immediately hear this like I'd scream louder, but I don't get it. Basically, there's a huge scream, and this was just used like semi-sarcastically in a multitude of TikToks. Like there was one that I saw of like a sunfish being bitten into by like a shark or something, and it's just like it's having it screaming in public restroom prank. The text to speech is just so calm and collected, and they're just like. The pranks themselves were kind of comedic because, again, I feel like people don't like pranks when it singles out a kind of person and they don't get the joke, and then there's a big reveal. It just kind of ends and that's it, and their day's been inconvenienced. Like, it sucks. Like, if you feel bad for someone that's being pranked, congratulations, you're an empath. I dub said that. I'm trying to play it over and over until it doesn't become funny anymore, but like it's. How is it always funny? Like, it's not funny, and then it becomes funny. Like, what the fuck, Brain? Brain Phillip. So what a lot of these employees started to clock onto when he was doing these pranks over and over is that they'll think that one of the friends in the video that are recording, they're actually the one that's screaming. And obviously what happens is, in the climax, the employees realize they're being pranked, and they just kick everyone out. Sometimes what he would even do to escalate the prank is get like backup screamers for the actual screamers. So like you'd have 2 people screaming to throw the employees off. Damn it! Come help me! Right there.
We attack as one.
Come forth, royal soul.
Not this.
I'll show you.
We saw Victor. We saw masterpiece. A sonic smasher.
Here I go. That's our
Ranch. Danny Pickle Thompson. Big burrito slush with pickle flavor colors. It's called Big Little He ran a promotion. I think the price was $10. And it was so popular, we're doing it again. It's like a sequel. That's actually as good as the original. Maybe better. Definitely the whole thing. Exactly the same.
I must do this. The enemies still stop me. We can do this.
Almost finished.
I shall follow. Only 2 enemies left.
Like, there's one clip where an employee actually clocks on to who he is. Like this guy's like, I know you. You're that prankster, Heston James. But he's saved because there's a backup screamer that starts screaming in the background. That, wait a minute. There's someone else here as well? So, like, Heston actually managed to worm his way out of that completely. They need to do.
Smooth finish. Great work.
Hey, Tom, lady.
I say so much to get used to this.
We made short work of them.
You gotta get yelling. Sorry. I apologize. That was with them. You keep getting blamed for stuff I'm not cool with. I'm a customer, guys. Yeah. A lot like a guy who goes around recording videos of himself screaming. Are we being serious? I'm standing here. Yeah, we're all standing. Now, one thing with Heston is his pranks definitely were nowhere near as harmful as other people's pranks. I mean, you could actually call these pranks, because they are pranks. It's like, you know, making fun of a situation and not actually targeting a specific person. I think a lot of the reason why people don't like pranksters now is because, like I said multiple times throughout the video, they target a particular popular. That wasn't actually, you know, the only thing that he did. Like, for example, he walked into a store and then stood right in front of an employee taking calls for business, and then he would call the store and have a full-blown conversation with said employee. Because the employee doesn't actually notice at all, and you can see everyone around them just trying to actually keep it together.
I call upon royal power within. Take the die hard. Let's go.
Let's keep this up. That's amazing.
Now, the problem is with Heston, he hasn't done one big bad thing. He's just been doing these, like, kind of semi-harmless pranks for a very long time, and it's like shoplifting. You steal one thing from a big chain store, do we get the police? It'll take a while, but if you consistently do it over and over, eventually they'll know who you are, they'll be able to single you out, and then involve the police. Except if you're in the UK. If you've seen any Greg stores in the UK, they're just giving food away for free there, apparently. You know, if you steal one thing in the store, they might pull you into the back and be like, that was very naughty. I'm going to tell your mother. I mean, a great example is they did that in Breaking Bad when Marie Schrader actually ended up stealing some shoes. And then Walter White's wife, I will not say her name.
My name is Skylar White, yo.
She actually took the fall for it, got the blame for it, and she was pulled into the back room. But what these companies also do is they keep track of how much you've been stealing. And what they'll do is, on purpose, they'll know that you stole, they'll have you on CCTV, but they'll wait until you hit like kind of a felony level of stealing, which I think is around anything over $1,000. And then they'll do something about it, which if anything, that's really fucking sneaky. Like, they know that you're stealing, but they actually won't do anything about it until you've hit a level where they can prosecute you. So one way that Heston thought he could elevate his pranking potential was by getting a man on the inside, which sounds a lot more coordinated than it actually is, like they're doing some big bank heist or something. They basically dress up one of their friends in an employee's uniform to kind of like be on their side. You know, if the other employees find out who they are, this guy will step in to basically protect them.
That was not me. You know. Who is he?
Yeah, well, he doesn't work here. No.
Like, for example, if you remember, there was a video that I covered that you probably didn't watch because it fucking flopped. It was about this guy that worked at In-N-Out Burger. Well, he didn't work there. He basically just used an employee's uniform, LARPing as In-N-Out Burger. And, you know, he got arrested for that. Another type of prank he liked to do was the Army of Workers prank. Heston would basically head into a Target or some other...
Another wildly busy Wednesday. You need something fast and delicious and affordable. Your mom would say you're being too picky again. But look at that.
Prank. Heston would basically head into a Target or some kind of retail store. And then he would pretend to be from the management.
You hit their weakness. Take my power.
No. Oh, really? No, it's crazy.
I'll cut you down.
Right on target.
Specifically in this apartment.
Obviously, the lower level employees just kind of go along with it because they don't care. They're not paid enough to care. He'll say then that he's bringing some new people in, changing locations, you know, etc. And as a higher level employee comes over, and that higher level employee will kind of suss out what they're doing, this is when he unleashes the army of workers. The army being a bunch of his friends wearing the company's uniform.
If you would, please.
Everyone over here first. Hey, there's work right here. Wait. Hold on. You guys, go ahead and get to work, guys. Go. Yeah, you guys are all good.
And then what they start to do is the jobs of the people working there, you know, creating mass chaos. The manager tries to kick everyone out despite everyone wearing the same uniform. And you can see the face of the manager in the video, and they are like absolutely shitting themselves.
I defer to you.
He's open. The register 4 is open.
Now, I'm not sure if this was the particular video that actually pushed it over the edge for law enforcement, but this video does have a lot of sources that are citing the example of the misdeeds, so I thought I'd just kind of include it in this video. The video is another one of the army worker pranks, but this time he's working as a garage mechanic. And again, like in this situation, you do start to feel bad for the employees because there's like 3 people there.
I'm calling my guys. They're going to be working all these hours. They're not? Come on, everyone. No, everyone, take that timer off. Wait.
So by doing all of these pranks, the law finally caught up to him, and Heston was arrested in Arizona. I've never been to Arizona. They referenced it in one of the Wolfenstein games. I don't think I'll ever visit there.
Are you there?
This is amazing.
A dream come true. Amazing. Great roots back there.
Let's push through. I'm right here. Coming down.
Very impressive.
Alright, how's that? Come on.
Good job, everyone.
Watch out.
The police department actually put out a statement They did the statement on Twitter. Pranks have consequences. Tempe PD arrested influencer Heston Cobb after viral videos showing him impersonating employees and disrupting Tempe businesses. He now faces charges including burglary, impersonation, and trespassing. Now, apparently the police knew about Heston for quite a while, but they didn't actually act on it because, again, they were waiting to build up that portfolio, like again with the shoplifting analogy I talked about earlier. They were waiting for him to make that fatal mistake and go over that boundary so then they could snatch him. Apparently one of the main reasons he was arrested is because multiple times employees would ask him to leave and he just wouldn't do so. So the police knew about all these pranks that were being recorded and filmed and then uploaded to the James Heston TikTok account, and each video was obviously getting millions of views. I mean, on TikTok that's like $7. That's a lot of money for a TikToker. So following his arrest at home, Heston James is now being charged with 1 count of burglary in the 3rd degree, 2 counts of criminal impersonation, 5 counts of disorderly conduct, and 5 counts of criminal trespassing. That is 3 felony charges, 10 misdemeanors. So with all those charges stacked together, that could be up to 10 years in prison and a fine above $315,000. Now the problem is that James isn't in a very good situation here because he might have actually been one of the first people to popularize this kind of nuisance streaming content, and as we've seen time and time again, the police love to make an example of someone to scare everyone else off. And also on top of that, he was able to actually monetize these like crimes, as the police are calling them, and they'll probably use that in court to try to increase his sentence. It's like in the Philippines, how they wanted to make an example out of Vitali. Now if you go on
This up and level up. CDGenes.com.
It's like in the Philippines, how they wanted to make an example out of Vitali. Now, if you go onto TikTok and search up his name, you will see countless videos of people that are basically on his side. You know, hashtag free Heston James. They'll just spam that in the comments everywhere. People even making like fan edits of the news broadcast.
Conduct and 5
Guys, what's up? Welcome to my first video. I'm Heston James. I just like to imagine, right? When humanity gets wiped out, we're gone. Only, you know, some remnants of buildings remain, some artifacts. Aliens finally find life on this planet. They land their spaceships, and then they see, like, Heston James. His name everywhere. Why is his name everywhere? Well, the aliens will probably think Heston James the hero that the government tried to silence and with the petition at the minute. It's got 1,300 signatures. I can't do that, I'm sorry. I like as well they've listed the decision makers for this petition as Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. Like, oh yeah, they'll definitely care. Then again, recently with Donald Trump, there was that whole picture of him throwing a dildo onto the basketball court. That was fun. To be fair, freeing Heston would be a great PR stuff to actually get people to stop talking about the Epstein files, so there's that as well. Now, I'm not going to say what Heston did was right. I mean, he disrupted a lot of people just trying to work their jobs, and he caused a lot of chaos for people that didn't need it, but 9 years for YouTube pranks, that is no extent. For example, in Arizona, where he's been charged, let's say you get an aggravated DUI, an act that can genuinely no people, you won't get more than like years in prison. For a guy that's reporting himself being a nuisance and screaming in a Target or Walmart, a decade. I love America. What a great country.
Behold this power. You hit their weakness. I can do this. Power solved now. The enemy's just found.
No holding back. Go for it. Savior, light.
Not bad, eh?
Not bad at all.
Tremble, but I am most certainly stronger than I was.
All right.
What do you think?
In that case.
that needs no introduction, yet every time I talk about it, I feel compelled to remind people that this is like one of the most profitable things on the planet. This game has become more popular than oxygen, but I'm sure all of you already know that. There's not a soul on this planet that hasn't at least heard the name Roblox. You could live underground just feeding off dirt, and somehow I'm sure the name Roblox made it down to the subterranean culture. Like, it is actually that big. But for some parents that stay in the know about the happenings on the online space, Roblox is a name that might send some shivers down your spine, because there is a big problem in the community that has existed for a while, one that the Roblox headquarters plugs its ears to and even actively tries to bury or dissuade people from trying to solve the problem themselves. That problem being predators. There have been innumerable cases of Roblox predators preying on children through the platform. It's led to so many national headlines about this issue, and it's gotten so bad that there are YouTubers and like vigilante groups on the game that have taken matters into their own hands to try and catch and get these predators arrested so they can make the platform safer for children. Roblox themselves don't do enough to keep the platform safe, so the community has taken it upon themselves to do it themselves. Like, Roblox always claims that they're working on it, but they're really not. They're doing the equivalent of going to the gym and hitting 2 sets of dilly-dally and calling it a day. They don't actually do much for this.
Has sent a cease and desist letter to me, a 22-year-old, versus a multi-billion-dollar company, threats of litigation, because I catch predators on their platform. Within the last year, me and my team have gotten 6 predators arrested within the Roblox community. Almost all of them have admitted to doing this before to other Roblox users.
This is a YouTuber named Schlep who has been working to get predators arrested that are preying on children through the Roblox platform. And Roblox has now permanently banned him, like IP ban, banished all of his accounts to the Shadow Realm, and he is facing potential legal problems for this. It's pretty odd considering Roblox willingly turns a blind eye to the pedophile plague on their platform, but will laser focus, dial in, and fucking call in like the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs in order to try and wipe out people like Schlep that try and stop the predators themselves. So, instead of stopping the predators, Roblox stops the people stopping the predators. It's really backwards, if you ask me. That shit doesn't make any sense. Like, just let that marinate in your head for a moment. Like, I understand vigilante groups can sometimes be a problem, but when you as the company are doing nothing to actually stop it yourself, what other options are there? The community has to take matters into their own hands and start policing themselves to try and keep the platform safe, since Roblox is really dropping the ball on it. Like, for some reason, they don't even get out of bed when they hear about a pedophile on the platform, but if they hear about a YouTuber doing something to stop that, shit, they fire up like Dracula. They set up like The Undertaker and they get to business. They go... access from things like Discord. And apparently that's an issue with Roblox too, that they've taken users from Roblox and brought them to Discord. It's almost like they were upset that they lost a user there to somewhere else. Like, no, bring them back. You're not allowed to. You're trying to coach our community. We're gonna lose pedophiles if you keep catching them, and we need that to pump up our numbers. You kidding me? No, that's a big problem.
I guess that's worth a cease and desist and an IP ban of every single account that I own. That's just crazy. I can't even fathom. They also say sharing or soliciting personally identifiable information. I have no idea what they're referring to this. I would love to know what they're talking about. Are they referring to the fact that I give the information of the predators that we find to the police? Like the people we're talking to are predators.
Another weird one here from the slimy suits and Roblox forum. What do you mean personally identifiable information? It almost sounds like they care more about the privacy of the predators than the act of actually stopping them. It's like, whoa, you just shared some of our users' data without our permission. Are you kidding me? You're fucking doxing a pedophile on our platform? No. That is not permissible. We do not support that at all. Like, what the fuck? Like, it'd be entirely unnecessary if you would just do your job and give that personal information to the authorities so the predators can get arrested, but you're not doing it. So people like you have to. Like,
the only thing is that they told me I'm not reporting people quick enough and I'm not reporting them through the right outlets. Tell me the right outlet. I have been trying to figure this out for like a year now. This here is no quality instep. This person actually made credible threats to the Las Vegas Sphere in a Roblox game. I saw this fight only 2 eyes. The reason why it's a credible threat is because the FBI went ahead and arrested someone for making threats within that same game. I made a moderation about it. I even actually made a report to the FBI about it. Where is the cease and desist letter for him? Where's the IP ban for him? Are you going to ban all of this dude's accounts?
Roblox uses the proper channels as like kind of this shield, but it's really a myth. It doesn't seem to actually exist because nobody knows the proper channels. They're doing all of like the reporting that they can to Roblox and everything they think is the proper channels. But Roblox, I guess, isn't very clear with what they are because they keep saying, nope, still not using the right channels. What the fuck are they? Nobody seems to know how to access the proper channels. It's like a fucking Call of Duty Zombies Easter egg. How do you get there? Why don't you explain it then? Why don't you make it more clear? Because as of now, everyone is reporting it through what they believe is the right channels, the ones that are readily available and accessible to people to report for them. But those, I guess, aren't the right ones. So where the fuck are they and how can they access them? It's ridiculous. It is absolutely absurd. And then he makes mention here of how, like, this one guy who did get arrested for credible terrorist threats sit has an account active on Roblox. And there are predators that have been arrested and are currently in jail that still have their account active. But they do not sit on this shit. They will act immediately if they catch a whiff of somebody trying to take matters into their own hands to then stop it themselves to make the platform safer. They're instantaneously right there at their door ready to slap it with some legal paperwork here. It's just craziness.
This is literally how it goes. You go to roblox.com/support, submit a moderation ticket, then fill out the form with all the information regarding your arrest, and give you guys the same legal drive that we give to the cops. And in a lot of instances, Roblox won't have been after we reach out to them regarding felony arrest. What I typically have to do is report cases to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Go on the news to show gameplay of our decoys with the predators on Roblox. I literally felt so lost trying to get the attention of Roblox regarding these predators. I created binders with all the chat logs, and I've sent it to their headquarters in San Mateo, California. This is the first time Roblox has ever directly reached out. Instead of trying to say, hey, we want to work with you, or literally giving me a line to report these people, or simply saying, don't make these videos anymore, we're gonna ban you. Roblox just terminated every account I own and sent me this cease and desist.
I feel like it's pretty clear in this case, Schlitt has literally done everything he can to try and let Roblox be the one to get these predators off the platform, putting the ball in their court, hoping that they will do the right thing and act on this information, at the very least, investigate it, but they're not. Which is why there are groups that are doing it themselves. That's the issue. He has literally exhausted every possible avenue and I guess still hasn't found the proper channel, even though he even sent like physical evidence to their actual brick-and-mortar location and still got nothing. Like, it's very clear that there is no real channels, but they really don't like people trying to stop the predator problem themselves. But Roblox also doesn't want to do it either. So I mean, what options are left? Just let that continue, let that fester, let Roblox be a platform for children and just completely unsafe. I don't think that's exactly a bright future. This is a platform that does desperately need to be cleaned up. It is a huge problem there, and Roblox isn't doing it. Schlepp then tells a very personal experience he had on Roblox when he was a kid, and how he was also a victim of these type of evil people. And when his mother reached out to Roblox to report all of that, give the evidence about everything that had happened to her son, Roblox didn't act on it, and that individual still wasn't banned until years later. There is a problem, and Roblox isn't solving it. So the community is doing what they can to try and keep it safer, but Roblox is attacking the community that is actively trying to do that for them. I think it's bullshit. I think that is fucking bullshit right there, and Roblox needs a real change in leadership and how they approach the shit. Maybe Dave Suzuki, instead of focusing on bringing dating to a children's game, should focus on trying to keep the children on that game safe. Maybe that should be the priority. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. I'm wishing Schlepp the best. I'm hoping Roblox will reverse their decision here. Schlepp also works with Gideon in catching some of these predators, and they are doing significantly more to keep the community safe than Roblox appears to be doing. So, hats off to them for the good work. And yeah, I wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. See ya.
All right, where to? All right, where to? Let's head there right away.
Have you ever seen a senator burglarizing? Her stepmother in the middle of the night, getting caught in the act, then arrested, then losing her position while facing felony burglary charges? Well, you're about to.
On April 22nd, 2024, Becker County Police Department in Minnesota received a 911 call reporting an active break-in. Little did they know, they would soon find out the suspect is an elected senator for the state of Minnesota.
When I read the title from Midwest Safety, I immediately pictured Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising. Half expected to click into this video and get the monologue, Nanomachine's son. Played college ball, you know. Could've gone pro, but it burglarized my stepmother. But it turns out that's not the case.
Becker County 911.
Somebody just broke into my house. At least ran down into my basement.
Did you look at him at all?
No, it was completely dark. I tripped over him. He was on the floor next to my bed. He ran downstairs.
Okay. Spoiler alert, the burglar is a senator named Nicole Mitchell. Well, now former Senator Nicole Mitchell. And she, I think, holds the title of the most incompetent burglar in human history. This is some shit out of Home Alone. This is the not-so-wet bandit here. And I don't know what the thought process was. So apparently she was like hiding under or near her stepmother's bed, and her stepmother tripped over her, which is how she was alerted to her presence, and then she just like fucking pitter-patters her way to the basement to try and flee. So then the stepmother's like, what the fuck, what in tarnation? Calls the police, and she's like more confused than anything, like, yeah, this burglar here, I tripped over him. He was like under my bed. I don't know if it was like a panty raid or what, but like, they were under my bed, so I tripped over him. Would really love if you came and arrested them. They ran into my basement, I think.
I have a little steak knife in my hand right now.
Steak knife? Okay. Alright.
She's clearly very frightened, like anyone would be in this situation. She's grabbed the steak knife to protect herself if things go south. I imagine she'd bust out some fucking Leon S. Kennedy level moves if, you know, the situation called for it, but luckily the police got there in a pretty timely fashion, it seems, because when they arrived, the burglar is still there.
Police department! Make yourself known!
37 Becker got a little motion underneath the stairs in the house. Sounds like he's trying to get outside of the back to the north of the house.
Hulkenberg, you've got behold this power. Throwing you down. Raging fire. Come.
This won't into the fray.
You've got a bunch of ailments slowing you down, Captain.
No holding back. What a mess. I shall vanquish evil. Let me read. Warrior!
Troll, you gotta aim better than that.
Am I?
Hulkenberg's lost command. She can't use her skills like this.
Tough one.
Last combat battle, down.
Let's keep this good. Tista.
I won't hold back. Charging in.
Hit their weakness. I'll show you, Captain. Moving to the front. Moving to the behold this power. Please, after here I go. I pray you're ready. We shall sweep them. Yeah. You fight their weakness.
The hat to the floor. I shall vanquish evil.
You hit their weak point. Keep it up, Savior. Up close and personal. Closing in on the enemy. It is over.
Warrior! I'll crush you!
My strength.
So heavy.
You've got a bunch of ailments slowing you down, Captain. This victory is for the Dragon God and my people.
Get on the ground.
Carol? Yeah? It's exploded?
Oh, no.
I was just trying to get this woman that things because he won't talk to me anymore.
So they got her, and then the big reveal, the huge plot twist. She calls her stepmother by name, and the stepmother is shocked that it's her stepdaughter, Nicole. And she tries to explain that she was just there to get a few of her dad's things. Now that story is going to change a lot over the course of this adventure, but make a note of this. She's there because she just wants to get some of her father's belongings, which explains why she had a cartoonish cat burglar outfit. It actually looks like she's going to a Halloween costume party, but couldn't think of any ideas, so stopped by Spirit Halloween and grabbed the cheapest burglar costume she could find for it. It is unbelievable how, like, cliche this outfit is. I am stunned to see a real burglary from someone dressed like this. I'm also shocked that she didn't just, like, bolt for the front door and run away. Instead, she trapped herself in the basement and just squatted there. literally just standing in the middle of the bathroom. I don't know if she tried to do like a Blair Witch staring at the wall or something. Like, I can't see them, they can't see me. I have no idea, but it was not the cleanest getaway. And speaking of clean, you need to clean yourself up using Cheeky soap. And great news, we just introduced a new scent into the family here, Bahami Mommy. It's a tropical scent.
She also stole documents out of the house. She's my stepdaughter.
I didn't steal any documents. How did I steal documents?
Cole, what's your last name?
Mitchell.
Snell.
Okay.
Okay.
No one stole anything. I don't have anything on me.
Got anything on you?
No.
Yeah, what a nonsensical thought process, Carol. Obviously no one stole anything. What an outlandish thought to even cross your head. Why would you even get the idea that there could have been a burglary taking place here just because I'm in your house unannounced in the middle of the night, hiding under your bed, dressed like I'm about to go rob a bank? What? Does that mean all of a sudden you're stealing something? No.
Maybe she's squatted on his my bed.
Who is this to you?
Pardon?
Who is this to you?
She's my stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter.
She's also my stepdaughter.
A great question, Carol. Why was she squatting down next to your bed? The world may never know. The Lord has no idea.
She lives in Twin Cities.
Unknown to the officer at the time, the suspect previously was a meteorologist for the Weather Channel and a local news anchor before being elected a senator.
She's a senator?
Yeah. Yeah. Was.
Was or is currently?
She is, and after this.
Oh.
Her stepdaughter may have been a meteorologist predicting the weather, but Carol predicted the future here with this one, and she was right on the money. It is past tense. Nicole was a senator, but after this burglary, she is no longer, and is facing some super serious charges.
It hasn't passed. We just...
She's under attack.
The day after the night, her aunt came here, and they walked out with all these... Those two...
Yeah.
They walked out with all these forms, and I ran out there. I said, what are you guys doing? She said, we're just trying to help me. Just try to figure out where you are.
So here's where breadcrumbs start to connect a little bit. Carol mentions that Nicole is very close to one of her aunts, and after her husband passed away, they came and took some documents from this house while saying that they're just making sure she's doing everything, correct when it comes to finances. Which, that smells a little fishy. There's something stinky afoot there, and now all of a sudden Nicole is back unannounced in the middle of the night dressed like a fucking thief class in an MMO.
My dad died last year. She's paranoid. Well, now she's really paranoid.
I feel a song coming on.
Also upstairs. So this is Nicole Mitchell's strategy. This is her go-to play here to try and weasel her way out of the trouble she's in. The crux of her argument for why she's there is that her stepmother is paranoid, and she's been mentally declining, and she's senile, doesn't understand things, so she's, talking all crazy, all that paranoia. But Carol, I think, seems pretty sharp here in recognizing that Nicole is probably there for financial reasons again, because it seems like that's something that's happened in the past, granted not to this level. And Nicole just keeps harping on like, no, she's just paranoid. As Nicole is literally dressed like a fucking burglar out of a Saturday morning cartoon in her house in the middle of the night looking to steal shit. I don't think that's paranoia. Paranoia indicates that there's some level of like delusion or like disconnect from reality. Carol is very grounded in reality. Nicole Mitchell is off in like fucking goober space.
That window? Okay. This is her bag? Yeah, stuck in the window.
I know, I did think that. After, my aunt found out that she thinks they stole from her. Which is kind of aggressively cut off with no one.
They find a backpack half pushed through the window. They eventually find 2 laptops in that bag, which coincidentally turns out Carol is missing 2 laptops. But we'll get to Nicole's excuse for that in a moment. She denies that the two laptops are Carol's. And now we're to Nicole. She once again tries to harp on, like, she's just, like, unreasonable, and she's just real nervous, and she's gone loopy. She thinks everyone's out to get her, and so she's progressively cut off the family. To be honest with you, Nicole, I can see why she would progressively cut off the family here, considering one of the family members is breaking into her house in the middle of the fucking night, lying next to her bed doing, like, a tabletop challenge or something. It makes sense. I don't think it's paranoia. I think she made the completely correct call in cutting off this part of the family here. And she mentioned the aunts, something Carol also mentioned without the two of them even communicating, so it's pretty clear that there is something going on with the aunts and Nicole and the finances here that Carol has after the passing of her husband.
Okay.
She's got Alzheimer's. I know this doesn't help. It's just going to prove the point. But she's got terrible things fall out to get her. And won't let anyone in. I just want to get a couple of my dad's mementos. That's all.
Okay. What kind of mementos?
A couple of pictures. One of the shirts.
So she's saying that Carol has Alzheimer's and thinks everyone's out to get her, and thus she broke into her house to get some of her father's mementos. Nicole, it does seem like you're out to get her, and I'm inclined to believe other members of the family are too, considering you've conspired with them to take some documents from her house. It does seem like she's 100% in the right to think that there are some members of the family out to get her.
What's your name? Are those laptops in your backpack yours?
Yes.
Okay. You're saying she's missing a good laptop?
I can show you one. It's got like this Minecraft in it.
What's the other one for?
I have one for work. She has Alzheimer's. She has twice in things. I can show you this. Going back twice.
Come on, let's keep going.
So miss.
I'm just asking, so it's not a reason to break anybody's house.
Oh no, that was my
Already.
She decided to bring 2 laptops with her in the backpack to a burglary. It's an interesting plan. Her strategy, it escapes me, but I'm not a galaxy brain, mega mind level intellect like Nicole Mitchell, clearly. But they then talk more to Carol, and they're asking about, like, what did she take previously, and she mentions that what her and her aunts took last time were a bunch of bank papers. The officers are asking, well, why would she be taking these things? How does this help her? And then she mentions that her husband didn't have an actual will. So the bank papers and all that she believes is for, like, inheritance stuff, like financial kind of gain. Which makes a lot of sense. Significantly more sense than Nicole's story.
They chose the wrong opponent.
Okay, how come it has Carol's name on it?
It was one that she had given me way back when he used for the kids.
Well, she's missing 2 laptops. That's what she said. So I'm taking this laptop. I want this one. Okay, that one's got your name. That one will stay with your property, but I'm taking this one. Did you try shoving that backpack out and it didn't go out?
Vitus power. I'm counting on you.
Please, after you take my fullest power.
So one of them had Carol's name on it, and the other does seem to be actually hers. The state of Minnesota laptop right there. So she did, I guess, bring a laptop to this. My guess being, she wanted to take Carol's laptop and upload things from it to hers, perhaps? I don't know, I'm just spitballing here. But it is very clear that she had some bad intentions. I don't think it was just to get some of her father's mementos. And in fact, she completely drops that narrative, by the way. After this arrest, this is the only time she tries making that claim. She then must have consulted with a lawyer or something. Fucking called Saul, but Saul was too busy on Fint or something.
Because then she completely changes this story and goes with the narrative that she was actually only there to check on her stepmother's well-being because she cared so much. She just loves her so much and wanted to make sure she was okay.
Which is a felony, as well as possession of burglary tools. Mitchell was a Minnesota state senator at the time of her arrest and refused to resign after the incident. She accused her mother-in-law of suffering from paranoia about break-ins and senility. She also refused the release of the body cam footage. After her arrest, she posted on social media changing her story that she claimed in the body cam footage. Instead of saying she was there to take possession of her father's mementos, her social media post claims she was there to simply check on her stepmother due to her health issues, and she startled her, essentially putting the blame on the stepmother's medical problems.
Now, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on wellness checks here, but this seems like a really bad approach to checking on someone whom you believe to have declining mental health. To dress up like a burglar and then hide under their bed in the middle of the night unannounced, and then scaring the bejeebus out of them, then scurrying down to the basement while desperately trying to get through the window. I don't know, call me crazy, but it just doesn't really seem like the priority and the goal here with breaking into the house was just to make sure that your beloved stepmother was doing okay. I feel like if someone was wanting to check on me, they probably wouldn't bust into my fucking house in the middle of the night and hide under my bed, causing me to trip over them, still say nothing, by the way, and then just run away. I don't know, I wouldn't have that moment and be like, oh, thank God they checked on me. That wasn't a burglar, it was my best friend, no doubt, making sure that I'm doing okay. Ah, that's so sweet of them to stop by in their burglar costume in the middle of the night. What a crazy story to try and spin. There is no human being on the planet that would believe that. Like, her previous attempt of, like, getting her father's mementos, that makes sense if she had any of her father's mementos in her bag, which she didn't, apparently. So maybe that's why they tried this, because she couldn't, like, procure any of that. It clearly wasn't why she was there. So maybe the lawyer was like, if you try that, they're going to grill you on, well, why didn't you have the mementos? Whereas here, they can't tell you what you were actually there to do, I suppose. But you can definitely poke a hole in the logic of this. It makes no sense at all. She didn't check on Carol's health or anything. And if she was there to do that, why is she dressed like a burglar? Like, there are just so many obvious flaws with it. Though now I'm really playing with this thought experiment here, like how you possibly argue this. I guess maybe something you could squeak out is be like, oh, well, I thought Carol liked burglars. You know, some people really like clowns. They like to clap at clowns, makes them laugh, makes them feel better. I thought Carol would feel better if I dressed like a burglar. I always thought she was a big fan of that kiddo. I misunderstood, I'm sorry, but I really was there to check on her health. Like, I don't know, like, maybe you could try that?
This, however, doesn't line up with the fact that she was wearing the most cliché burglar outfit she possibly could have. She then put out a statement saying she has no intention of resigning from her seat in the Senate. However, in mid-July 2025, things took an unexpected turn for her.
New today, a Minnesota state senator found guilty of burglarizing her stepmother's home has officially resigned. She testified during her trial she was checking on her stepmom, not stealing from her. A jury disagreed, finding her guilty.
According to Midwest Safety, her sentencing is on the 10th, but she was found guilty of the burglary. I think we can say with confidence, probably one of the most unskilled burglars the video camera footage has ever captured. Like, this is Three Stooges level. So, yeah, it's really about it. So, yeah.
Let us focus on moving forward.
After you.
I call upon royal power within! No, not this.
If you would, please.
The next one's yours.
I call upon a royal soul. Raging fire.
Not bad.
I knew you could do it.
Charging in!
Someone feel him.
There's no way I'm stopping here.
The delusional psychopath tried swatting someone. What happens next will shock you.
Dusting off the old Darman reference here for this one. So some miserable, horrible lady trying to swat someone. I'm sure I don't need to explain what swatting is. It's a horrible, bad thing that'll land you permanently on Santa Claus's naughty list. And this lady looks and sounds like she's one glass of wine away from passing out face first into her copy of 50 Shades of Grey, but in between bouts of consciousness, she decided to commit a huge crime of swatting. And boy howdy, the shoe went on the other foot real quick. They actually found her. And when they brought her into custody, she started launching sonic-based attacks at the officers. It's a wild ride that I can't wait to take you on, thanks to Code Blue Cam here providing all of the footage. We get a POV of what it's like to encounter a real-world banshee. But before we even see her, let's go ahead and get brought up to speed with the lore. The call, the emergency that she phoned in.
Hi, there's a man with a gun, shooting with a gun. Can you spell the street, ma'am? I can't understand you. Do you have me on speakerphone? He's shooting with a gun. I understand that, and I'm going to send help, but I need to understand the street name. Okay, and who is shooting with a gun? There's a man. Yes. Okay, and what is the man's name? I have no idea. Okay, how do you know this is going on? Oh my God, he's also with a gun shooting rabbits. Okay, how do you know this is going on? Oh my God, because I can see him shooting rabbits. He's shooting everywhere. Answer my questions. How do you know this is going on?
No doubt she's a classically trained actress. That is a very convincing performance. Those acting chops can bring a tear to the eyes of even Margot Robbie. And she is using it for evil, nefarious purposes. So she's talking about a man who's shooting. He's shooting rabbits. He's shooting everywhere. And refuses to give any, real info, and then, pauses after the operator's asking her how she even knows this is going on. She doesn't answer, and then just hangs up.
Based on the nature of the call, all on-duty Brookfield police officers responded to the area immediately. Dispatch later informed that the female caller had reached out again, stating she could see the man on her cameras and that he was still firing his weapon.
They sent out the whole kit and caboodle like they were about to bring down Cobra Commander. They got there, found nothing, but then the mysterious caller reaches out again, saying the same thing, that this maniac is out there firing his weapon. There's a maniac on the loose and we gotta get him. Only the officers were there. There was no gunshots. They even searched the area for casings, found nothing. They asked the homeowner nearby, nothing. So they were pretty confident it was a swatting call.
While clearing the scene, the female continued to call 911 repeatedly from an unknown number. A sergeant instructed the clerks to forward all her calls to his desk phone.
She called them again and again and again, repeatedly just spitting this fraudulent fairy tale, this gobbledygook horseradish. I don't know what she was even fucking thinking at this point. She's like the Riddler, but 50 times as stupid. She's the shittler. So she's over there just spewing this shit. They are at the scene, so they know it's not real, and they just start forwarding those calls to Ace Detective Phoenix Wright's personal desk phone, and he happens to recognize her voice from previous interactions. Let that sink in for a moment. Marinate on that thought. A police officer interacts with so many people, and most of those interactions, I imagine, aren't overly positive. Do you know how annoying you have to be to have an officer remember your voice, that you were such a fucking nuisance that your voice left an imprint in their brain that even just audibly hearing you can activate a Winter Soldier moment for them where they remember your name and everything, all because you stained them with how annoying you were.
When she called again, he recognized her voice from previous interactions. A quick in-house database check soon revealed her identity as 36-year-old Ashley Corbin.
Is that consistent with what you say you're observing? Yeah. Okay, we have gone to the area where you have claimed this has been happening.
Er oplet overal van Albert Heijn heeft als eerste waterwetsvaart alleen door her houden bij Albert Heijn.
I'm a lucky man to be part of your grand quest.
Is that consistent with what you say you're observing? Yeah. Okay, we have gone to the area where you have claimed this has been happening 3 times tonight? Yeah. Yep, you've seen us there? Yeah. So he got asshole Ashley on the horn here in order to corroborate these reports, saying that you've called 10 times now all about this, we've been out there and have seen nothing, and she's just like a broken record saying, yeah, yep, yes. She's a malfunctioning NPC. All she can say is, yeah. He's just pressing her like, hey, we didn't see anything. You know, what's going on? She eventually says that the guy shooting is on camera. So the officer says, well, we'd love to see that footage. Shocker, we have no footage to show.
I would love to see the video footage if that's something that you can provide for us, but we have been unable to locate it. Some officer that
About the currents.
We want her to be stopped.
what's going to happen moving forward. We're going to be conducting an investigation for swatting. Familiar with that term?
I hope so. I hope that you guys are take him and property in the custody and investigate this whole property. I pray to God.
Well, her body is screaming for water, but the only thing it's getting is more and more wine. She is perplexed. You clearly hear it. She is not able to process at all what's happening here. He's even telling her to her face that they are investigating her for swatting, and she's like, oh, my goodness gracious, it's about time you guys do your job. He's an absolute menace out there. He's shooting. You need to go investigate his property, and you need to take his property. I pray to God you go take his property, this and that. She doesn't realize what is happening here at all. It's like, swatting is a very serious thing. Again, I'm sure you're all familiar with it, but people die from swatting. So it's something that's taken super seriously here, and she is not able to wrangle that fact at all.
Well, we're worried about our kids.
Yep, you've said that a couple times, ma'am. If you were so worried about your kids, I think you'd be willing to talk to an officer about it.
Are you kidding me? Do you really want to go there?
We're going to pull the phone records from the phone company. We'll write the subpoena. Have you had any drinks tonight, ma'am?
Are you crazy?
No, ma'am. I'm trying to...
Investigation for you.
Nope.
He's been shooting rabbits and doing all kinds of stuff.
He started to sniff out that she might be intoxicated, but Ashley's putting on a strong show of sobriety to throw him off the trail. Drunk? Me? No. You crazy? You a crazy person? Is that what's going on here?
So, we're going to end this. He's going to pay us $50 on rail or something.
Oh, that's good for you.
Yeah, sure.
The girl started to desperately fire as realization must have started to sink in that they're not.
Listen to me. You hear me? What? I know who it was. Just so. What did you say? Listen to me. Seriously. Let's do this. Huh? No, I see. Oi!
Barden.
What? I haven't a choice. Am I understood? You're a great help indeed. Got to say, But then... Mm-hmm.
Well then.
Ah. Still, though. wish I had better tidings for you.
Not buying her story, so she starts to panic a little bit, tries to write a conclusion to the fanfic about how they just shook hands